how, if you have children, how you are fostering a good and wholesome and creative environment for them to live in. I know right now there's a lot of scary stuff going on, very hostile environments going on in the world, and I want to know what you are doing to make sure that you are fostering some good self-worth in your children. Melissa, let me start with you.
Well, Aubrey's 5.5 months old right now, so her little world just involves our house, her grandma's houses, and her grandpa's houses. But I think that no matter what, like, one of the things is giving her a positive outlook on herself, so that way she, no matter what she's exposed to or experiences, or if she's around others that are having, getting taught or getting things negative thrown at them by other children, that she can kind of be that, almost like, it sounds so corny, but like that beacon of light that can, try to rise above it. I think the way that we're doing it is by only speaking up to her and never, using demeaning words, because I know that it's so common where, something happens and you just, blurt something out that you wish you could pull back right away, and it's just an instant reaction. And it's more of a mindset with raising a baby or a child that you have to, work harder never to do those kinds of things. Like,
how do you think you're going to handle it when she starts using words like stupid and, all of that kind of stuff? I mean, do you have a plan in place, like an enforcement, or, like how are you going to handle that? Because I'm just now starting to get into that with my 2 kids.
I think that a lot of it is, and right now it's, I can tell you everything how I would imagine it, but I know it's totally different when you're face to face in that moment. But I think a lot of it is trying to express to them what impact that has when you say that to somebody else. When I was in high school, at the time, I made a comment in my AP history class, and I said that something that was an inanimate object, I said that was gay. And my teacher turned to me and said, "How can you say that? Do you understand what that word means?" And I was very naive. I did not know anyone that was homosexual whatsoever in high school. Now I do. But so that back then I said it's just, a word to describe something, like it's stupid or this and that. He goes, "But so you're equating that to the same thing?" And I was like, "Well, no, I don't mean it like that." And it's something that happened in my, back then, and I have since found this teacher on Facebook a year ago, and I told him this story. I don't even know if he remembers telling me this, but he always told me that, just a thing cannot be gay as a derogatory term, and it was more of like him taking the time to explain it to me, as opposed to just saying you shouldn't say that.
So I have 2 little boys, a 1.5 and 3.5, and things that I'm doing to try and make sure that they, that we're promoting self-worth is making sure that I understand exactly who they are, and that they know that me as their mother, I'm going to love them regardless of who they grow up to be. So my oldest son right now is going through this phase where he wants to be just like mommy. It's just a mommy phase where he loves anything I do. So because I'm a photographer, he wants to be a photographer. And because I have long hair, he wants to have long hair too, just like mommy. So recently he's saying that he wants to be a girl, which is totally fine. I mean, at 3.5, this could be a phase, or it could be something, long term. I have 3 brothers, and 2 of my brothers are actually gay. And so we know that, there's possibilities, that our sons could be gay, and if they were, that is fantastic and that's wonderful. We would love them exactly the same. And if they're not, that's fine too. We're gonna accept them for whoever they turn out to be. But right now, we're just, because my son is joking around saying, "Oh, I wanna be a girl, I wanna be a girl, I want long hair, I wanna be a princess, I wanna wear a dress," that kind of thing. We're just loving and we're accepting of it, and just kind of putting it in the back of our minds, kind of storing that information and making sure that we pay extra attention so that we are able to guide him whichever way he ends up going. So I think basically our rule of thumb is just to teach our boys to be open and accepting of all things, religious, people, cultures, the whole gamut.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I was so nervous. I wasn't sure if I wanted kids because of the way people are in the world. It's just a scary place out there, and I've been blessed enough to I've never been in a fight. I've never really dealt with any type of racism, anything like that. But as an African American male, I'm pretty sure my son is going to experience that. I keep telling everyone, I was like, I'm going to homeschool my child so he doesn't have to deal with any strange people in the world or anything like that, or these crazy kids that, I mean, they're probably not crazy, they're definitely going through something at home, but that go to school and deal with shootings. I'm going to teach them, don't bully anybody, because you don't know what they're going through and you don't know how they're going to react from it. So it's such a crazy, crazy world, and I'm just trying to teach him to be confident in himself and, you know, believe whatever he believes in, make sure he stands up for himself. But it's so scary, and you can teach your kid what you want to teach them everything that you think is the right thing to teach them, but a lot of the things that they're going to learn is going to be out there in society with their peers and stuff like that. So you just hope that they make the right decisions, and I just hope that I can guide him to make those right decisions. But you know, it's a lot of kids learn from their peers and who they're around, but I've been blessed enough to have such a great group of girls. We all have our head on our shoulders, and I hope that he has that same type of friendship.
So we just really want to hear from you, from the readers. We want to know things that you are promoting with your children to make sure that you know, you foster their well-being and their self-worth, and kind of combat this environment that we're living in right now that seems, you know, so full of bullying and harshness and kind of conflict. Even on a small scale in elementary schools, we're seeing all this kind of stuff. So write in, tell us what you're doing. If you have any tips, if you're experienced and you've been there, please definitely write in and tell us the experiences that you've had.